Morning, traders. This is going to just be a follow-up of a continuation of the last couple of days. So I'm going to try to put something together for you all and explain a little about what I look at. See, right now, we've got some closes that are lower than the previous closes, but yesterday's high is still holding. We're going to expect yesterday's high in the value area here to hold if this wants to continue to go up. The indices are still kind of on that uptrend. I mean, we see that we did trade below Vwap yesterday towards the end of the day, but then it broke right back up to the first standard deviation, pulled back to Vwap. Vwap's kind of holding here, and now up we go. Now, you're going to get some resistance here at our second upper standard deviation. Not only is that level there, but we've got yesterday's high there. Again, no different than the other chart. This is the high. This is the low of what I'm expecting the daily range to be currently based on the last X days. NQ's the only one that's broken yesterday's high so far, and it looks like it's kind of pulling back. If the value area high and the POC and yesterday's high all here at the upper levels here don't hold, we're coming back down to Vwap. If it does hold, we don't have to go very far to get to our average daily range of this particular instrument, right? I mean, it's just right up here. And we take a look at what we're looking at up here. I've got an open gap, not an open gap, but an open high from 12.4 up here, and I've got an open high from 12.6 up here. So from a week ago, I've got some open highs that it's never been this high. If it comes up here, takes this out, it's probably going to go a little further. I would like to look at the previous week's range and say, let's come over and do this. And throw that on there like that. And once we break out of here to an upside, this is where I wouldn't mind fading the market, maybe back down to the second standard deviation. But again, remember what I said earlier in the week. Once we get above that second standard deviation, I am extremely careful about taking shorts. And anytime that we're going to get up here and break out of here, we're definitely going to be above that second standard deviation again. What are our profiles looking like? We've been in a downtrend. It looks like yesterday was, well, I say a downtrend. This is still kind of going down. There's nothing here on this chart that is telling me that the indices are ready to break out to the upside. This is telling me more that we've been on a downward, a slight downward for NQ, but more of a consolidation, right? There's a lot of activity going on right here in this level. And there's a lot of activity going on right up here at the Vwap. Okay, we start here down, engulfing, but somewhat down. I mean, most of our volume was still in the previous day's value area, and yet even a little below, this probably looks like it wouldn't have taken much to push this POC from where it was the previous day back down into this area, right? The next day, all we did was fill in all of this area here. If I combine those two profiles, this now would be a nice distribution based on this and this together. Yeah, we could go up a little ways, but I mean, we're gonna have an issue right in this area up here at that 68, 61 area. Same kind of thing here for YM. If we're on the upside, we're probably looking up to the upper end of Vwap for the week. This should be the last 2 weeks Vwap, I believe. So this week's or last week's in combination with developing of everything for this week. coming up here to test VWAP should be a given if we haven't already. I haven't looked at our other charts yet. We're still down here in all four of these down here at the bottom. We go back to our daily charts, and you know, we've drawn, we earlier this week we drew our lines for our trends down here at the bottom, and we said we needed closes below these in order for us to say, hey, maybe we're going to break out to the upside. So far, our little trends are holding, and I would even go so far as to say we drew this when there was, when there was 2 points. This point and this point, and we the other day, you know, since the beginning of the week, we've been saying it needs to hold and close above that. But I only had 2 points at that, and we were saying, okay, well, this could be it. Well, it is now, right? Now I've got a lot of points, but I've got at least 3. Got a point here. We've got a point here. We've really got a point all the way through here where price hasn't closed below this level yet. There's no reason for me to have this area, that for whatever reason that I put that on there before, because in my opinion, if we break this area and we can break the value area low, we're definitely going lower, right? And we're in that wedge right now that says, hey, we're having a hard time going up, but yet there's a lot of support at this level to keep it from going down. All right, let's take a look at some of our bigger charts. If we look down here at our order flow chart, this was a little difficult. I was actually watching the markets when this happened, and that was a little difficult to sell. We were looking at this up to the second standard deviation. Normally, that would be a place that I would definitely be entertaining trying to take that short for a little bit. The problem that I had with it is we had just broken recent highs, and I'm not a fan of shorting the breaking of recent highs, especially in an instrument like crude. If you watch it enough, you'll see that there are times where when we're breaking our recent highs or lows, that it will just keep going. You know, you'll have people trying to fight it, saying it's going to get a little pullback, and it'll just relentlessly continue to go up and up and up, or down and down and down. But we just, again, we're in that same type of situation. We just broke yesterday's high, right? We broke yesterday's high. You can see the run up, pulling back to it, and now it's going to decide in this area right here, do we want to continue back up? And we'll probably end up here at VWAP, or all the way up to our value area high. Right now, this is definitely, I mean, right now you can't not see that this is definitely an uptrend. Over the last couple days is all. Right, came up, broke back down. All we did was break back down to VWAP and trade our way back up. And that's where we're going to pull back to and decide. We said NQ was going to come back into this area down here into VWAP and then decide. And we do have a way of getting in here with pretty decent risk, playing this to the upside. A problem in that I don't have a good feeling about the upside, but right now that's where the charts are pointing us.